I found out my girlfriend was planning to leave me the same night she asked me to help her pick out a car. Not joking. She was sitting right next to me on the couch, leaning her head on my shoulder like she always did, scrolling through listings and saying things like, "This one's cute, right?" And "Imagine us driving to the beach in this." Meanwhile, my phone, her old phone actually, was lighting up on the coffee table with messages that were never meant for me to see. And that's the part that still messes with my head. Because up until that moment, I would have sworn my relationship was solid. I'm 27, my girlfriend Sarah is 25. We'd been together for just under 2 years. We met through a mutual friend, my coworker Hamza. He used to talk about her like she was this sweet, grounded girl who'd just gotten out of a bad relationship and needed someone stable. She's not like other girls, he told me once. She just wants peace. Looking back, I should have asked what peace meant. Because apparently it meant someone who pays the bills without asking questions. At the start, everything felt normal. Sarah was affectionate, attentive, and honestly, she made me feel needed in a way I hadn't felt before. She'd text me good morning every day. She'd cook for me sometimes. She remembered small things like how I liked my tea or that I hated loud places. It felt real. 6 months in, she started opening up about her financial struggles. "I hate asking this," she said one night, sitting across from me at a small restaurant. "But my job's been cutting hours. I'm a little behind on rent." I didn't think twice. I helped her. Because that's what you do, right? At first, it was small things. A little help with rent, then groceries, then her phone bill. Each time, she'd look embarrassed, grateful. "I'll pay you back, I promise," she'd say. I never pushed her. I didn't want to be that guy who keeps score. About a year in, things escalated. Her car started having problems. "I don't think it's safe to drive anymore," she told me. The mechanic said it might cost too much to fix. So I started picking her up, dropping her off, covering her transport. Then came the bigger conversations. "We should start thinking long-term," she said one night. "Like, building something together." I remember smiling like an idiot, because in my head that meant a future. In her head, I'd later find out it meant something very different. The first real red flag came about 3 months ago. She started getting protective of her phone, like weirdly protective. Sarah had never been like that before. We used each other's phones casually, changing songs, checking maps, whatever. But suddenly, she'd flip it face down anytime a notification came in. If I picked it up even just to move it, she'd say, "Wait, I need that." At first, I brushed it off. Everyone has a right to privacy, right? But then the late-night calls started. She'd step out onto the balcony, speaking in a low voice. When I'd ask who it was, she'd say, "Just a friend." One night, I woke up around 2 a.m. and noticed she wasn't in bed. I walked out and saw her in the living room, whispering on the phone. She didn't notice me at first. "No, he doesn't suspect anything," she said. I froze. My first instinct was that I misheard. Then she turned slightly, saw me, and immediately changed her tone. "Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow," she said quickly, then hung up. We just stared at each other for a second. "Who was that?" I asked. She hesitated for half a second too long. "Just my cousin," she said. "She's going through something." I wanted to believe her, so I did. The second red flag was money again. She started bringing up the idea of getting a new car. "Something reliable," she said. "Something we can use together." That word kept coming up. We should invest, we should plan, we should upgrade. But somehow I was always the one paying. Now here's where everything changed. About 2 weeks ago, Sarah asked me if I still had her old phone. She'd given it to me months back when she upgraded. "Yeah, I think it's in a drawer somewhere," I said. "Can you check?" she asked. "I need some old photos from it." I found it that night. The battery was dead, so I plugged it in, and I don't know why, but something in my gut told me to check it before handing it back. I wish I hadn't. There were messages, hundreds of them, between her and a contact saved as M. At first, I thought it might be her cousin. Then I started reading. "Mate, so how long are you going to keep this up?" "Sarah, until I get what I need." "M, and he's still paying for everything?" "Sarah, yeah. He thinks we're building a future, LOL. I remember my hands literally shaking. I kept scrolling. "M, you're cold." "Sarah, I told you I'm not ending up broke again. I'll leave once I'm stable." What about the car?" "Sarah, that's the last step. Once I have that, I'm done." I had to sit down. It felt like the air got knocked out of me. 2 years. 2 years of memories, conversations, plans. And she was just waiting for the right moment to leave. But it got worse. There were voice notes, too. I played one. Her voice laughing. "I swear he's so easy. Like I just have to act a little emotional and he folds. He actually thinks I'm in love with him." I paused it. I couldn't listen to the rest. I didn't confront her that night. I didn't even mention it. Instead, I did something I didn't know I was capable of. I pretended everything was fine. The next morning, she acted completely normal. "Did you find the phone?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, handing it over. She smiled, kissed my cheek, and said, "You're the best." I almost laughed. That's when I decided something. If she was going to play me, I wasn't going to lose quietly. For the next week, I started collecting evidence. I transferred the messages, saved the voice notes, even recorded a few of our conversations. I didn't change my behavior. I still picked her up, still paid for things, still played the role she expected. Then came the final piece, the car. She brought it up again one evening. "There's this crossover I found," she said, showing me her phone. "It's about 27,000, not too bad, right?" "Yeah," I said. "Looks good," she smiled. I was thinking, maybe we could go see it this weekend? We that word again, but this time I had a plan. I told her we should invite Hamza and a couple of friends. "Make it a fun day," I said. "Like a group thing." She hesitated for a second, then smiled. "Yeah, that sounds nice." Saturday came, we met at the dealership. Everything felt surreal. She was excited, laughing, acting like nothing was wrong. Hamza was there, 2 other friends too. At one point, she pulled me aside. "Thank you for this," she said softly. "It means a lot." I looked at her, really looked at her, and for a split second, I almost believed her again. Then I remembered the voice note. He actually thinks I'm in love with him. We all gathered near the car she liked. The salesman was talking, going over features. Sarah slipped her hand into mine. "This is it," she whispered. "I can feel it." "Yeah, so could I." "Actually," I said, a bit louder, "before we go any further, Ori, there's something I want to say." Everyone looked at me. Sarah frowned slightly. "What is it?" she asked. I took a breath, and I pulled out my phone. "I just want to make sure we're all on the same page," I said. And then I hit play. Her voice filled the space, clear as day. "I'll leave once I'm stable." Everything went silent. Sarah's face went pale. "What the hell is that?" she snapped. I didn't answer. I just played the next one. "He thinks we're building a future LOL." Hamza looked confused. "Wait, what is this?" Sarah stepped toward me. "Turn that off," she said through clenched teeth. I didn't. "He's so easy. He actually thinks I'm in love with him." "That did it." "What the hell, Sarah?" Hamza said. She turned to him. "It's not what it sounds like." "Really?" I cut in, because it sounds pretty clear. She looked at me, panic starting to show. "You went through my phone?" she said, switching tactics. I actually laughed. "That's your defense?" Her voice got louder. "You're invading my privacy! And you were planning to use me for a car and disappear?" I shot back. "But yeah, let's talk about privacy." The group was dead silent. The salesman had quietly stepped away. Sarah tried one last time. "Those were jokes," she said. "You're taking them out of context." "Then explain the plan," I said calmly. "Explain the last step." She couldn't, because there was nothing to explain. Her expression changed. The panic turned into anger. "You know what?" she said. "Fine. You want the truth?" "Yeah, I was gonna leave." "So what?" That hit harder than anything else, even though I already knew. "You think you're some amazing guy?" she continued. "You're just convenient." I nodded slowly. "Yeah," I said. "I figured." I took a step back, looked at everyone, then back at her. "I'm done," I said, and just like that, it was over. I walked out of the dealership without looking back. I heard her calling my name once. I didn't stop. That was 2 weeks ago. She's tried calling, texting. Different numbers too. I blocked all of them. Hamza apologized to me. He said he had no idea. I believe him. The weirdest part? I don't even feel angry anymore. Just empty and a little stupid. But I also learned something. Not everyone who says we actually means it. Sometimes it just means you funding their plans. If there's one thing I'd say to anyone reading this, pay attention to the small things. The patterns, the way someone treats your generosity. Because love doesn't feel like a transaction. And the moment it does, you're probably already being played. I guess she was right about one thing. I was easy. Just not easy enough to let her win. I thought exposing her at the dealership would be the end of it. Clean break, public truth. Walk away with whatever dignity I had left. I was wrong, because 2 days later, she showed up at my apartment. It was around 9 p.m. I hadn't been sleeping much. My routine was completely wrecked. Either I was replaying everything in my head, or just staring at the ceiling wondering how I missed all the signs. When the doorbell rang, I almost didn't answer, but something told me I should mistake. I opened the door and there she was. Sarah, no makeup, hair tied back, eyes slightly red like she'd been crying. For a second, it felt like nothing had changed. "Can we talk?" she said softly. That same voice, the same one she used whenever she needed something. I leaned against the doorframe. There's nothing left to talk about. She swallowed. Please, just 5 minutes. I should have closed the door. I didn't. She walked in like she still lived there. That's what hit me the most. She knew exactly where everything was. Sat on the same couch, looked around like she was remembering something that actually meant something to her. I stayed standing. I messed up, she said. Straight to it. No build-up, no excuses, yet. I crossed my arms. That's one way to put it. She looked down. I didn't think you'd ever find out like that. I almost laughed. Not I didn't mean it. Not it's not true. Just that I wasn't supposed to find out. She flinched slightly. That's not what I meant. Then what did you mean, Sarah? I asked, my voice sharper now. Because from where I'm standing, it looks pretty clear. She took a deep breath. Okay, fine. Yes, at the beginning. Maybe I wasn't fully serious. At the beginning, 2 years. The beginning. But things changed, she added quickly. I started caring about you a lot. I just stared at her. Because this right here, was the most dangerous part. Not the lies, not the betrayal, but the half-truths that almost sounded real. Do you hear yourself? I said quietly. You literally had a plan. I was scared, she snapped. You don't understand what I've been through. There it was, the pivot. My ex left me with nothing, she continued. No money, no support. I had to rebuild everything from scratch. I couldn't go through that again. So your solution was to do it to someone else? I shot back. That's not fair. It's exactly fair. She stood up now, pacing slightly. I didn't use you like that, she said. I just needed security. I shook my head. You don't build security by lying to someone's face every day. There was a long pause. Then she said something I didn't expect. Hamza knows. That stopped me. What? She looked at me carefully. I talked to him after everything happened. I frowned and she hesitated. Then, he thinks you overreacted. I actually laughed this time. Out loud. Of course he does. He said relationships are complicated, she continued. That people say things they don't mean. That you embarrassed me in public instead of handling it privately. I felt something shift in my chest. Not sadness, not even anger. Just clarity. Let me guess, I said. You didn't show him the full recordings. She stayed quiet. That was answer enough. Yeah, I nodded. That makes sense. She stepped closer. Look, I'm not saying I was perfect, she said. But you weren't either. You never questioned anything. You just threw money at problems. That one landed. Because part of it was true. I trusted you, I said. And I needed that, she replied quickly. We needed that. No, I said firmly. You needed that. Another silence. Heavier this time. Then she said the one thing I think she believed would fix everything. I'm willing to start over. I blinked. Start over. She nodded, fresh. No lies, no games. Just us. I don't know what she expected. Maybe tears, maybe hesitation, maybe the version of me she thought she had figured out. But all I felt was tired. You don't get to reset after showing me who you really are, I said. Her expression hardened. So that's it? 2 years and you just throw it away? I looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time, I didn't recognize the person in front of me. You threw it away, I said quietly. I just found out, she scoffed. You're acting like you're some victim. That flipped something in me. I am the victim here, I said, my voice rising. You lied, you manipulated. You planned an exit while I was planning a future. And you think you're innocent? She fired back. You loved feeling needed. You loved being the guy who saved someone. I opened my mouth to respond, but stopped. Because again, there it was. A piece of truth wrapped in something ugly. Maybe I did like feeling needed. Maybe I ignored things I shouldn't have. But that didn't justify what she did. Even if that's true, I said slowly. It doesn't make what you did okay. She didn't respond. We just stood there, two people who used to share everything, now barely able to stand in the same room. Finally, she grabbed her bag. Fine, she said. If that's how you want it. She walked to the door, paused, then looked back at me one last time. You're going to regret this, she said. I didn't answer, because deep down, I knew I wouldn't. She left, and this time, it actually felt final. Or at least I thought it was. A week later, Hamza asked me to meet him. We sat at a small chai spot we used to go to after work. The same place where he first told me about Sarah. Funny how things come full circle. He looked uncomfortable, kept tapping his cup. Avoiding eye contact, so, he finally said. You good? I shrugged. Getting there, he nodded. Look, about what happened, here we go. I just think it could have been handled better, he said. Like publicly exposing her like that? It was a bit much. I leaned back, studied him. Did you hear the recordings? I asked. He hesitated. Not all of them. Of course not, he sighed. I'm not defending what she said. he added quickly. I'm just saying, people mess up. I nodded slowly. Yeah, I said. They do. Then I leaned forward. But they don't usually plan it for months. That shut him up. For a moment, I thought that was it. Just an awkward conversation. Different perspectives. Then he said something that changed everything. She told me something else too. I frowned. What? He hesitated again, like he was debating whether to say it. Then, she said you weren't the first. My stomach dropped. What does that mean? He looked at me, finally, directly. She's done this before. And just like that, everything I thought I had already understood got worse. Because this wasn't just about me anymore. I wasn't special. I wasn't even a mistake. I was just next in line.